Welcome everyone to my investment journey. My investment journey really began about 12 months ago when I took the decision to start generating sources of passive income. So I started researching online, and one of the main sources of passive income is rental property. However, you do require quite a large initial investment to get up and running with this. Another popular choice I considered was peer-to-peer lending. However, I'll be honest, I still need to research this in a bit more detail. Blogging is another option to consider, and I guess right now that's becoming another area of interest for me. Starting an online course is again another source of passive income to think about. However, what would I teach? Perhaps something for further down the line. My final consideration then was to invest in dividend paying stocks and shares. As you might have already guessed, this is the option that I decided to proceed with. What I'll do now then is give an overview of my portfolio as it currently stands. So let's take a look then at my account summary page on Hargreaves Lansdowne. Here we go. You'll see that I have two accounts set up. Firstly, stocks and shares ISA, followed secondly then by a fund and share account. So I'll just zoom in here slightly so you can see everything in a little bit more detail. As you can see, I have just over £15,000 in my portfolio to date, most of which has been invested in the past 6 months. So let's go into each account and see what progress is being made, along with what monthly income is being generated by each of them. We'll start off by looking at the ISA account then first. So far, I have focused on investing within different funds, as you can see. This has been more of a focus recently, whereas I did focus initially on purchasing individual shares, all of which are within my other account, hence the total value here is still relatively low. As you can see on the left-hand side, I've invested in 5 different funds so far. Collectively, the funds are up just shy of 3% in total. Some are performing better than others, as you can see above here. Legal and General, close to 10%, and the Lindsell Train Global Equity as well is performing very good indeed. My main reason for investing though is to build up a steady stream of passive income. So we'll go in here and take a look at what income has been generated so far this year. We just scroll down and you can see here what's being generated per month year to date. As you can see here, the monthly income is still very low. However, I do expect an increase between now and the end of the year, as the majority of my funds were only purchased very recently. Okay, so I'll move across here to the Mian fund and share account. So this is where I have purchased individual stocks myself. All of my stock purchases to date are for UK listed companies, the majority of which are FTSE 100, which unfortunately has been taking a bit of a hammering recently. Hence, there's a fair bit of red here. However, as we all know, stocks and shares should be viewed as a longer term investment. If we have a look at the top here, British American Tobacco, GSK and WPP are all showing growth. If we scroll down, you can see a lot of decreases and an overall decrease. However, I am confident all of these are solid companies and I am sure they will bounce back in the future. In the right hand column, you can see the current percentage dividend yield for each of these stocks. Again, as with my ISA account, the main reason for purchasing these stocks was to build up a steady stream of monthly passive income. We'll scroll back up to the top. You can see each of the yields typically above 5%, which I feel is a decent return. So if I click again on the income tab, you will see the monthly dividend payments year to date for my individual stocks and shares. To date, it is certainly more impressive looking than the ISA account. However, as with the funds in my ISA account, the majority of these individual stocks have been purchased in the past 6 months. Hence, little to nothing has been generated income-wise for the initial 4 to 5 months, and a sharp increase at the mid-year point. May was £13, June close to £125, July has been the largest month so far at £142. August is going to be relatively low, however September and Q4 should see a strong increase in dividend payments. As you can see here, the monthly income average year to date for the calendar year is £38. However, if we change this to the tax year, for 2019-20, scroll back down, you will see that the average is 75.91, which is probably a true reflection as to when I started to invest and started to see the dividend payments coming through. Finally then, I want to take a look at my combined monthly income from both accounts. So I've put together the income year to date on this very simple graph. Red represents the dividend income from my individual stocks, and blue represents income from the funds in my ISA account. I expect the dividend payments to peak and trough until the end of the year at least. For example, September and November should be stronger months. However, October will be a relatively low income month. With regards to the ISA account, I am expecting a steady income here. I'll draw on a line here to give you an idea as to what I expect in the coming months. For now, my initial target is to achieve minimum combined monthly income of £100 per month. I've already achieved that in some months. However, I want it to be the absolute minimum baseline for every month moving forwards. Well, that's it. The first video about my investment journey completed. I would really appreciate your thoughts and feedback, so please leave a comment below. Also, please ask any questions that you might have about my portfolio and the journey ahead. If you enjoyed the video, please press the like button. Likewise, if you want to stay up to date with my investment journey, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.